Hi everyone, Mike and Aubrey here from Simplify Abroad. And if you're new to the channel, we are a family of 7 with 4 dogs that made the move from Ohio to Valencia, Spain. And again, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe. We just talk about kind of our travels with the large family all throughout Europe. But this video is, in particular is a bit different. This is actually part of our renovation series. I don't know what they call it, where we were very lucky to purchase, especially before some of these prices really have gone crazy on us. We purchased a 2-bed, 1-bath. It's about 90 meters squared, about 900 square feet, with an amazing terrace. That's just ours. If you haven't seen any of our other videos, we do talk about it, but in this one, we're actually going to start showing some of the what it looked like before, what it currently looks like, because we're right now just started week 3 of our renovation. We're only going to kind of talk about till week 1, so we can get more pictures, videos, and do a more in-depth video later on this. It started off as a 2-bed, 1-bath. We got it for, again, in other videos I'm specific, about $210,000. I think we're all in with lawyer fees, which you have to pay the city of Valencia, all that type of stuff, around $240, $245. Real estate agent fees, stuff like that. And as you will see from this video, and again, there should be a video going right now as I'm talking about this, kind of doing the walkthrough. It's not like it was terrible, but it was a gut. So it was a full gut. That exact house right now, though, is like, and again, we gotta remember, we bought this only about 6 months ago from when we're talking. That exact same house is listed for like 320 right now. Like that's how much
above without a terrace.
Without a terrace, and it needs a full gut.
Yeah.
So just to give some kind of like, we kind of got lucky with the timing of this, and even the price was undervalued. So it was just a lucky deal. We talk about more in other videos, but I did want to mention 2-bed, 1-bath, 900 square feet, beautiful terrace, great location, and I'll kind of let you kind of talk about, I guess, what our initial vision was.
So like our initial vision is we kind of wanted to kind of change the layout a little bit, and we wanted to make it into a 3-bed, 2-bath with an office, like a tiny office,
very
really
small
just
office.
to have a couple desks or maybe a desk or 2 in there. But our main thing was we are going to be putting like his mother in there, and we wanted 3 rooms, so like 1 for her, 1 for us if we have to stay in it, or guests, and then we were going to put like bunk beds in the
for
other,
the kids,
in 1 full room. Because it is closer to the children's schools, so we wanted to make it at least somewhere comfortable where we could go. But yeah, that that was our original plan, and we have like the blueprints, or I guess for that.
We'll put it up here.
For the original plan of our home, that what we decided on. But yeah, that was our original. That's what we'll talk about.
We're gonna talk about later in the video. Once the walls were down, it seems very, like, it just seemed dumb of us that we didn't think of this new layout that we're about to tell you guys. But when the walls were down, it finally made sense, I guess. For right now, we did go a couple of different contractor prices. I do feel that we got 4 quotes total. I do feel that 2 of them, and I don't think those 2 are going to see this video, it's fine. I do think they kind of charged us some expat prices. They were pushing $100,000 to renovate this thing.
And like 6 to 8 months.
Like 8 months, Now, those 2 obviously were like, no. The other 2 that I will recommend, and if you guys want their contact information, it's Marco and Jamie. Obviously, we did end up going with Jamie, and their prices were almost the same. Marco was barely more expensive, but that really wasn't the thing. Marco's team would have needed 5 months. So they were still 3 months faster than the other guys, right? This team, a little bit more manpower, stuff like that, they were able to finish in 8 weeks. That was the only reason we went with the 2. I cannot tell you how good both of their work is. So again, if you want either one of their contacts, because obviously there's one working on the job, you'll want to take the other one, right? Great guys, both speak English and Spanish.
Both have licensing.
Both have licensing.
To worry about.
Like amazing job.
And a lot of proof for, you know, just what their work looked like.
Yep.
I mean, they both do a wonderful, wonderful job.
Yep.
We just wanted one a little bit quicker to get his
Purely,
mother in.
it purely came down to time.
Yeah.
It had nothing else to do.
Especially
but those
because
two,
his mom is coming in 4 to 5 weeks.
well, not only that, those two were just so much more fair with their pricing from the beginning. They didn't try to like, after I tried to like negotiate with one of them, the guy went from like 100,000 down to 75,000, but I was like nothing changed. Like if you took 25,000 off, like, come on, you know? So right now, our current budget, just to tell you guys, is around $65,000. It is $40,000 for all the work. And so far, week 3, we are still on budget. It is for gutting the whole place, just ripping everything out.
Everything.
New plumbing, new electrical, new walls, new drywall, insulation, recessed lighting, light switches, electrical box upgrade, paint, all that stuff.
Floors, yeah.
There is another $25,000, just to be clear, so it's $65,000. It's $40,000 for the work. $25,000 is for basically the flooring, the ceiling fans, the toilet, the shower, the tiles.
The kitchen.
The kitchen, yeah. $25,000. So we're gonna completely remodel basically 90 meters squared for $65,000.
Yeah.
And again, both of these people were with, like, Marco was like 5% more. Again, I cannot be clear that it was purely just the time.
Yeah.
Both did amazing work. Both are just upstanding. From the beginning, didn't try and overcharge us like the other 2 contractors did, which really kind of pissed us off, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that kind of paints a picture of what we're spending to renovate an entire thing, which you could never dream of that.
No.
In the U.S., there's no way you could renovate this place for $65K. It's just not possible. And just to be clear, it's like, sorry to cut you off. It's not ugly finishings we're getting either. Like, I'm not saying it's like marble or anything, but it's nice.
We would be paying for that out of our own pocket, out of that 25 that we have allotted for ourselves. Like that number would go up. It wouldn't be the work that would be going up. No, and now especially after, I think it was after day 3, all the walls were down.
Crazy.
Everything was completely down.
Absolutely
Then we had to like remove the rubble, which I do have photos of it. And so when we're showing you guys this, I think they started, was it Tuesday? Or was it Monday?
No, Tuesday morning, because they got there Monday night.
Monday night, because we got them the keys and everything. So Tuesday morning, so they did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Friday is the holiday. So when they started, it was November 1st. So there was a holiday. They only did 3 days of work. After that first or second day, all of the walls were down.
Everything.
It was honestly,
they're ripping out
shocking.
tiles.
So by Thursday, because we came back in on Friday after they were gone, and so I took another video, and so the video that I'm going to show you like right now should be where all the rubble is now picked up off the floor, but that is what they did in 3 full days. 3 full days. So I don't want to, because I don't think it was like the second week. So yeah, after 3 full days, everything was gone, and because of that, with all of the walls gone, we were able to get like a better picture of what size of the rooms we wanted. You know, the layout didn't quite make sense. Like we were looking, and honestly, the kitchen looked so tiny, and that because for us, we kind of wanted that American style kitchen, living, dining, to have it more open instead of just like a kitchen, like a room and a room. So we ended up moving our entire layout. We had these massive closets. We removed the closets, and it made a perfect little rectangle for our kitchen. So we now moved the kitchen. Now we're gonna make it a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, because we wanted the bathroom to be a little bit bigger, and then the other bathroom we just make it a half bath. And it's a tinier or smaller place. It does not need 2 full bathrooms. So we're doing this, and then instead of a office, we're actually gonna do like a small laundry room. A small one, but it's basically laundry and storage, because we're in a smaller place, and you know the rooms are a little bit bigger than I guess we allotted in the beginning. We need to have some sort of storage. I think in a lot of these places they don't do storage, but we wanted to make sure we put like, it's just like a little closet, but kind of a walk-in closet. To the left side will be like our laundry. To the right side will be like floor to ceiling shelves for our storage.
Yeah, and so Jen, just to add to this, as you guys saw on the beginning, maybe even right now, if we're putting up side by side, the first one and the second layout. The very first layout, the office took one of the windows away, one of the few windows of the street
yeah.
windows. Mm-hmm. And the problem is that on top of that, while the other rooms count as bedrooms, people don't get super happy about that if you try to rent or sell that, because obviously there's no light coming in. It makes sense. So now we have 2 big bedrooms down there with one right next to it. And what's actually funny is that second bathroom, it doesn't make sense to us to have 2 full bathrooms right across the hall from each other. It's really weird. But we actually couldn't remove that wall. It was the only thing we found that has kind of like changed our floor plan. We couldn't remove that wall because it was structural. We didn't think it was. And then they opened it up and they're like, oh.
Because we were going to put our kitchen there.
Yep.
And so it kind of just worked out once we saw everything open. That we're like, okay, we need to do some moving because it just didn't feel right. It didn't look right.
Yep.
But now we think we're kind of onto something, and we feel like we like the layout. But we are I think we're gonna go with like a contemporary
Mediterranean contemporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be ordering. Maybe no, we can't. The next video we'll maybe show a little picture of like the stuff that we ordered because that's the fun part is picking out. Which he's really doing all of it because I get overwhelmed with the colors and the pic. Everything looks pretty to me, so I can't.
Yeah, and so where we had a bathroom in the old one, you could actually see that was actually a closet, like the massive closet that Aubrey was talking about. That is now our kitchen. Yeah. And once it was all ripped out and gone, we should have thought it should have been there from the beginning.
Yeah. If it wasn't there, we would have been like, oh, clearly this is the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it was easy to run all the pipe. So we had to keep all the piping on one side anyway. Yeah. So honestly, it all has just worked out.
And not only that, when we removed all the living room walls, because there used to be living room walls, then it completely opened up, like Aubrey mentioned, where you're in your kitchen, you have your living room and dining room. And the only reason we have changed this is not that we do like the open concept from I wouldn't say America coined it or whatever, but a lot of American houses have it.
Yeah, they even they also be like American kitchen, American style, like here.
Yeah, the big reason we chose to do it though is because it's right next to our terrace, right? So we actually have a really cool like bifolding accordion door coming in where you can open it all the way out. So then the terrace and our living space, it's just like an inside-outside living space. Yeah. I think it's going to look really, really good. It just totally made sense once the walls and everything were gone. Of course, the kitchen should have been there. And obviously with it being structural, where the old bathroom was, where we're going to put the new kitchen, with that being structural, we just basically cut it in half. You get the half bath and then you get laundry room and storage. So I think it's all going to work out fine, but it was it's a big change. You can see the 2 side by side, like the 2 floor plans. It's a drastic change.
Yeah. No, it looks good.
Yeah, but we actually even saved $1,000 because the bathroom turned down to half. All sorts of things. We're actually like a little bit under budget right now, which is nice.
Oh, we'll make up for it somewhere.
Yeah, it'll be spent somewhere, I'm sure.
I think the flooring for us, we chose a flooring and now we wanted a different flooring just for extra padding. So even that will probably just eat up the budget, but we're trying as best as we can to stay on budget.
We're going to be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be close. But yes, that's kind of just like our update. We will have another update in, I'd say, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe at the 4-week mark. That seems like a good halfway point.
I think so.
But we just wanted to kind of show the difference in just 1 week in. Like the before video that Aubrey had taken, walking through everything, and then everything's just gone.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about the renovation process, please comment below, anything like that. We'll try to answer anything we can. We're not experts on it, but we've been going through it for now. This is week 3 for us, even though this is just our first week video. And I guess we'll see you in our next video.
Adios.
Adios.